Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the second part of the same chapter, that is the ratio and proportion. So we have already done some part of the exercise 9.1, that is the 6 questions we have done. So let us go for the next question, that is question number 7. So here it says that we have to compare the given ratios. So these are the given ratios and we have to compare it. So comparing means either you have to write this greater than or the less than sign this. So here whenever we write like this means this opens the mouth wherever there's a bigger number. We say the crocodile's mouth. We have seen this in the previous video. You can go to the previous video, the detailed explanation about it. If the bigger number is over here, you are going to open the mouth over here. So let us see when we are doing the example, you will get more idea about it. So now this is 3:7 can be written 3 divided by 7. And this 5:9 can be written as 5 divided by 9. So now what you can see, the denominators are different. So first thing when we are comparing means we should make the denominator same. So there are many ways. So one of the way what we have to do, we have to take the LCM. So now LCM means there are two numbers over here. So either we do it with the prime factorization separately, or we can do by this way. This is called the common division method. So now we have taken two numbers both together. So whenever we are doing with the common division method, there are two numbers over here. So we have to go from the lowest number. Suppose first we have to see whether the numbers are divisible by 2. If not, by 3, 4, 5, and so on. We cannot jump directly. In some cases, like that is divisible by the bigger number, but we cannot jump directly to the bigger number. So now what you can see, this is 7 and 9. So here you can see these both numbers. Out of this, any number is not divisible by 2. So we can try for 3. So yes, what we can see, 3. 3 means this 9 goes with 3. So what are we going to do? This we have to keep as it is, 7. First now let us go for this 3 because this 7 is not divisible by 3. So what we are going to write here? 3 times 3 is 9. 7 as it is. Now the second one again here is 7 and 3. So again this goes with 3. 3 ones are 3 and this 7 as it is. Now what we can see, this is 7 and 1. So what are we going to do here? We are going to write here, this one will be as it is. And here we can do, because this is a prime number, so it will be divisible by the number itself. So what are you going to write here? 7 ones are 7. So now what you can see, this three numbers, whatever there, what are you going to do? You are going to multiply that. So now LCM will be 3 multiplied by 3 into 7. So 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 9 7s are 63. So we have now 63 is the LCM. Now look at here. Now here we will take this number. So now look at the denominator. So we have 7. So 7 times 9 is 63. So whatever number you write over here, the same number we have to write in the numerator. So concentrate first. We always start with the denominator, make it to 63. 7 is already there. So we are going to write 9. Whatever we write extra in the denominator, same number should be in the numerator. So we wrote over here 9 and 9. Now let us see for this one and later I'll tell you what to do. Now this is 9. So 9 times 7 is 63. So you have written here 7 extra, right? So here you are going to write again 7. So now we will go like this downwards. So 3 9s is 27 and of course this 7 9s is 63. Now let us go for the sideways here. 5 7s are 35 and 9 7s is 63. So now what are you going to do? Both the denominators are the same. So time being, don't think about the denominators because now we have both the denominators same. So what are we going to do? We are going to compare these two numbers. So from this one, which is bigger, that is 35. So as I said, that the sign, this mouth opens towards the biggest number. So 35 is here. So we have to open the mouth over here. So now we can write 27 and this one, the denominator, of course, we have to write here. So 27 by 63 is less than 35 by 60. So now this is not completed. So what happens here? Actual number was what? 3:7 and 5:9. So here whatever was 27, this is nothing but 3:7 and this is So the sign remains for less than. So this is your final answer because you have to compare the ratios. Hope that is clear. So we will go now for the similar one, only the numbers are different. Now again here 2 is to 5 means you will write here 2 by 5. 4 is to 11 means you are going to write here 4 by 11. So now look at the denominators 5 and 11. Again here what are you going to look at here? 5 and 11. So this is not possible with 2, 3, 4. No, then directly 5. 5 ones are 5. And this 11 is going, this is not divisible by 5. So write 11 as it is. Now what you can see this 1. So wherever you have 1, you are going to write it as it is. Now this is 11. This is 11 is a prime number. So 11 times 1 is 11. So now what you can see this 5 and 11, these are the factors. So we have to take the LCM. So we have to take this 5 into 11, that is 55. Now the 55 is the LCM. So now look at this number. We already have at the denominator, look at the denominator. So first thing you have to make the denominator to 55. 5 is already there. So 5 times 11 is 55. So what have you multiplied this by 11? So same thing should be in the numerator. This also should be multiplied by 11. Now already we have here 11. So you have to 11 times 5 is 55. So multiplied by 5. So this also should be multiplied by 5. Now we will do here. What is here? 2 times 11 is 22. And here 4 times 5 is 20. Denominator same, that is 55. Now you have to compare for this both the denominators are same. Look at the numerator, which is the bigger number. That is 22 by 22, right? And here is 20. So what are you going to write here? 22 by 55 is greater than 20 by 55. And what is 22 by 55 is nothing but 2 is to 5. So you have to write this is greater than this one. So this is the answer. So the next problem, it is the same. The method is the same, only you should know how to factorize this one. So here again, the denominator, see here, this will be divided. 13 is to 18 will be divided. Now you have to take the LCM of the denominator, 15 and 8. Now look at here. So what we can start with 2. Yes, here you can see that 2 times 9 is 18. But then this doesn't go with 2, right? So what we are going to do? We are going to write here 15 as it is. Now here when you compare these two numbers, so that is not possible with 2. So we'll see for 3. So yes, 3 times 5 is 15. And here 3 times 3 is 9. Again what we have to see here, it's not possible by 2, but by 3, yes, this number is, so this 5 will be as it is. 3 times 1 is 3. Now here 1, so this 1 will be as it is. 5 times 1 is 5. Hope you got it. So 2, 3, 3, 5, these are the factors. So when you multiply it, this you get 90. So now this 90 is the LCM. Now let us go back to this one. So what are you going to do? Look at the denominator. So first denominator means 15 is already there. 50 times 6 is 90. So you have multiplied this by 6. So this also should be multiplied by 6. 11, of course, it will be the same. Now look at this number. This is 18. So 18 times 5 is 90. You have multiplied this by 5. So the numerator also should be multiplied by 5. This is going to be the same. So now what is here? 11 times 6 is 66. Yeah, of course, 90. 13 times 5 is 65. Here, of course, 90. So now you have to compare these two numbers. So which is bigger? Of course, 66. So what are you going to do? You're going to open the mouth over here. And again, the same ratio. That means it shows that if this is greater, means this also should be greater. Okay. Now look at the next one. So here again, it is the same thing, only the numbers are different. So I think you must have got that one. And if not, you can just look at the answers as well. I'm just going to tell you how to take the LCM here. Now see here, same thing, this I divided. Now we are going to look at the LCM for 21 and 29. So these both numbers don't go with 2. So we'll see for 3. 3, yes. 3 sevens are 21. 29 as it is. Again, these two numbers, because here this is also 7, so prime number, and this also a prime number. So what are we going to do? 7 times 1. This doesn't go with 7. So 29, this 29 will be as it is. So now what you can see here, this one will be as it is. 29 is a prime number, so it will be divisible by the number itself. So hope you got it. So you will multiply this. These are the factors. You will get 609, and you have to see here 21 is already there. What we have to multiply by 29, and same over here. So you can see this problem later on. The answer is this is the final answer given. The method is the same what we have done for ABC. Now in the next problem it says that in a garden there are 24 sunflowers out of 80 flowers. That means total flowers are 80, out of that 24 are sunflowers. So there are two gardens. Now see, in a garden means this is one garden. In another garden, this is the another garden, there are 80 sunflowers. And how many total flowers are there? There are 110 flowers. Out of that 80 are sunflower. So they said these two gardens, which garden has a greater ratio of sunflowers? So now let us see what I've done here. I have divided the thing like I have put here in garden 1 and in garden 2. So total numbers in garden 1 is what? 80. So I wrote total number of flowers is 80. And number of flowers, how many are there? So we can also write here, instead of just writing number of flowers, we can write here number of sunflowers. Okay, because they have put mention. So we can just write here number of sunflowers. Same over here, they have mentioned here. So we can write here number of sunflowers. That will be more better. Now, the total number of flowers is 80. Number of sunflowers is out of that is 24. So now what are they have asked for the ratio. So this one, whenever you write this one, so what you are going to do, this 24 out of this set, 24 out of. So when we write 80, whenever this is there, the total should be always in the denominator. So just remember, when the out of is given, suppose you get 9 marks out in maths out of 10. So how do we write 9 by 10? Isn't it? So same thing over here. So what are you going to do? You are going to write here 24 out of 80. And when you simplify this, what do you get? This is divisible by 8 3s are and 8 10s are 80. Or you can do, if you don't know directly, you have to do this one. So you will go with the lowest number. That is 24 divided by 2. Same thing, what you divide, the same number will be divided. If 2 here, here also 2. So that will be 20 by 40. Again, this is divisible by 2. So what is that going to be? That will be 6 by 20. Again, this is divisible by 2. So this is going to be 6 by 20 is going to be what? Divided by 2. So this is going to be 3 by 10. Okay, anyways, you can do only when you do like this by 2, 2, 2. So that are going to be longer step, that's it. So now you got 3 by 10 and we are dealing here with ratios. So we have to write this in a ratio that is going to be 3:10. So this was for garden 1. Now look for garden 2. What did they say? Total number of flowers is how many? 110. So here total number of flowers is 110. Out of that, how many are sunflowers? 80. So total number of sunflowers is 80. So now again here ratio, as I told you before, that total is going to be in the denominator. So you will write here 80 by 110. So now what you can do, this is very simple. You will just cut down the zeros. So this 8 and this is not divisible by anyone. So you are going to write here 8 by 11 and that is 8:11. So now they asked one which has the greater ratio. So now what you can see over here that this is 3:10. You have to compare here. Why? Because here 3:10 and 8:11. So from this, looking at this, we cannot say which is greater, right? So what are you going to do? Same thing what we did in the previous problems. You are going to divide it here. This you are going to divide it over here. Now look at the denominators. But here, now the denominators are different. So again, you have to take the LCM. So 10 and 11. So what will happen here? This will go with 2. So 2 5s are 10. 11 will be as it is. So now compare these two numbers. So we cannot do it 2, 3, 4. So 5 ones are 5. So this 11 is going to be as it is. Now take this 1 down as it is, and this 11 ones are 11 because this is a prime number. So now what you can see, 2, 5 and 11. So the LCM of that is going to be 110. So now you take this number, look at the denominator. You have to make denominator 110. 10 is already there. So what you have to multiply by that? 11. 11 tens are 110. So this you have multiplied by 11. So this also, the numerator also should be multiplied by 11. Same over here. Look at the denominator is 11, so 11 tens are 110. So since you have multiplied this by 10, this also should be multiplied by 10. So that is going to be, now let us see here, 3 11s is 33 and this is 110. 8 tens is 80 and this is 110. So now what will be that? So 33 is divided by 110 and this you have to compare this to one, right? So 80 is bigger, so you have to open the mouth over here because the 80 is a bigger number. So we want in the ratio, what is this one? This is nothing but this, right? And this is this one. So you are going to write down ratio. So from this one, what you can see, looking at the numbers, what you can see that 8 is to 11, isn't it? This is 80 by 10 is bigger, means that is nothing but 8 is to 11. So 8 is to 11 is greater than 3 is to 10. So what is 8 is to 11? This is garden 2. So we can say garden 2 has greater ratio of sunflowers. Hope that is clear. So now let us go for the next problem. Says that Riya distributed rupees 777 between her sisters Reema and Ritika. They have two sisters, Reema and she has two sisters, Reema and Ritika, and the ratio is 11 is to 10. Find the difference between the shares of Reema and Ritika. So now here what we can do first, let us write here, let Reema and Ritika share be x. Okay, we don't know. So ratio is given as 11 is to 10. So when this 11 is to 10 means, see here, this is Reema and this is Ritika. So what happens here? Reema's share. This is 11, isn't it? And we have considered this share be expressed as this. So what are you going to write here? In place of this, you are going to write 11x. And in place of this, what you are going to write here? 10x means Reema's share is 11x and Ritika's share is 10x. Here, this is for Reema and this is for Ritika. So just put x over there, multiply by x. Because we are considering this as x, we have to write some variable. Otherwise, it's not easy to calculate. Okay. Now there are many ways, but this is one of the good way of writing and easy. Now we can see now the total money we have to see. This is 11x and 10x. So this is going to be how much? 21x. And here what they have given, she is distributing 777 rupees means 777. So total money is 777. Out of this share is how much? 21x. So now either you write this over here, left hand side is same as right hand side, or you can also write this anyways. You can write it. You put it over here or you put it over here. You can write anyways. So just I put here this 21x over here on the left side from right to left. So because we get the variable over here and it becomes easy for you to understand. Okay, we can also do both ways. But then if you put it here, it will be more easier. Now 21x is 777. So x is going to be what? Because this is multiplication, right? So it is going to get divided. So this is 777 divided by 21. And when you divide it, you get 37. So we got x is 37. So now they want here, find the difference between shares of Reema and Ritika. So what will be here? We have considered Reema's share as 11x. So what are you going to do? Reema's share 11x means 11 is already here and this x is 37. So this 37. So what will be your answer? 407. So this is Reema's share. Now here what you can see here that they are asked again for Ritika also. So Ritika is how much? 10x. So now 10x means you are going to write it over Ritika share 10x. 10 into this x is 37. So that is 370. And this, whatever it is, that should be rupees, right? Because the rupee money has been distributed. So this you should can write here in rupees. Okay. Now, so we want the difference between the shares of Reema and Ritika. So we are going to, what is the difference means this minus this. So what is the difference? That is 37. Okay. So hope you got the answer. So now the next problem says that a car covers 162 kilometer in 3 hours and a scooter covers 120 kilometer in 4 hours. Find the ratio of speed of the car to the speed of scooter. So now we have to see, but this 162 kilometer means that covers means that is the distance, isn't it? So now what we will see here, distance covered by car. And the time, how much it is taken in 3 hours. So 162 kilometer, it is taking 3 hours time. So we want the speed. So you know the distance, the speed, this you have to remember the formula. Speed is equal to distance by time. So how to remember that distance by time? You can just put something D and T, like the detergent, the spelling of detergent. So it starts with D and ends with T. So sometimes many of them get confused where the distance should be and where the time should be. You can make any word where it's up to you. This is one of the thing I told you. You don't have to. You can make any word. So just to remember where should be the distance and where should be time. So if you write the opposite, your answer is going to be wrong. Even other steps are right. So remember this, speed is equal to distance by time. And as I told you earlier, you have to note down the formulas. That is very important. So now see here, this distance is given as 162 and time is given as 3, and which comes out to be 54, and this is the unit kilometer per hour. Why we write a kilometer per hour? Because the distance is given in kilometer, isn't it, this one? And the time is given in hours. So can you see this is a division of that? So that is kilometer per hour. Okay. Now look at the next, they said, that is a scooter. We have to see for that scooter, distance covered by a scooter, that is 120 kilometer. So that is 120 kilometer. And the time is given as 4 hours. Same thing, you are going to use the same formula. Speed is equal to distance by time. So here 120 divided by 4, which comes out again 30 kilometer per hour. So now what did they say here? Find the ratio of speed of car to the speed of 2. 2 means, we have studies video. You can go to when the 2 means, that is the ratio. Okay, we use 2 for the ratio. So now the ratio of speed of car to speed of this one. So what did we get here? Here we got is 54 as to 30. So 54 as to 30. So here we divide it, isn't it? 54 by 30. So what will be here? 6 5s are 30 and 6 9s are. Here also, as I told you, you can divide it by 2 if you don't know. But the steps are going to be more. Okay, whatever it is, keep on dividing till you get the final answer. So this is 9 by 5, and we want the ratio that is going to be 9 is to 5. So the next problem says that a person earns rupees 3,600 a month and spends rupees 1,200. Find the ratio of his savings to expenditure. So the earn means that is the income of. So what is the income? That is 3,600 rupees. And spends rupees 1,200 means expenditure, that is 1,200. And we want the ratio of savings. So what will be the saving first? This saving is nothing but whatever the income is there, from that you have to subtract the expenditure. So that is savings. So 3,600 minus this 1,200, which is 2,400. So we want, what do we want? Savings to expenditure. So savings is 2,400. So yeah, savings and expenditure. Expenditure is what? 1,200. So this is very important. Just see what is written in the question carefully. Okay. So now look at here. Again, we got this ratio. So first thing, we will divide it and simplify it. We are writing dividing here to simplify it. So 0, 0 goes off. 12 ones are 12 twos are. So that is 2 divided by 1. That is 2 as to 1. So the next problem says that divide rupees 310 among A, B and C in the ratio 2 as to 3 as to 5. So now again here we are going to consider the common ratio as x. Ratio is given as 2 as to 3 as to 5. So we can, what 2 as to 3 as to 5 means, there are 3 persons, isn't it? A, B, C. So amount of A plus amount of B plus amount of C, that is given as what? 310, because this 310 we have to divide it. So now what are we going to get here when we 2, 3 and 5? So what we can write here? We can also write here, because we said common ratio as x. So we can also write here 2x as to 3x as to 5x. So this total, when we add it, 5, 3, 8 and this 10. So that is going to be 2x plus 3x plus 5x is 300. So this is 10x is 300. So what do you get here? X, this is multiplication. When it goes to the other side, it gets divided. So 310 divided by 10. So here 0, 0 gets cut off. So x is 31. So here we want the share of each. So A share is going to be what? Here we consider this as 2x, 3x and 5x. So this is for A, this is for B and this is for C. So A share is 2x, that is 2 into this 31. So that is going to be rupees 62. What will be the B share? That is 3x. So 3 into x, that is going to be 93. So for C's share, that is 5x and 5 into 31, that is 155. That rupees is important. The units are important, otherwise you will lose your marks. See that you write the proper units. So this was for today. So let's let the remaining part of this chapter, we will complete it in the next class. So please do like and subscribe to this channel so you get a notification of the other parts of this chapter and many more.